Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this evening's program. My name is Dave Leanhouse, and I'm the Dean of Student Development here at Central Arizona College. And I want to thank y'all for being here tonight as we celebrate our best and our brightest, our peak achievers, those students who did more, reached more, gained more, learned more, and made our campus just a little bit better, and made it better not just for themselves, but for everybody else. Before we get started this evening, I want to recognize a few people. The people on my far right, your left, you're going to meet them. They're extremely important. We're going to talk about them a little bit later. But first of all, I want to introduce some of my colleagues to you. They serve as my fellow deans as well as my mentors, my support staff, everybody that's been wonderful to me since I've been here. And yes, you can hear my Brooklyn accent, can't y'all? Anyway, yeah, that's what it sounds like when you're from Brooklyn, okay, and you move here to Arizona, all right? Anyway, the folks I'd like to introduce are my colleagues who work with me as a group of deans, and they are, please stand, Dr. Karen Hanetti, Dr. Suzanne Crockett, and Mr. Andy Long. They all have been here significantly longer than myself and have been nothing but a blessing to me in my role, as I am just completed 1 year here at Central Arizona. So it's great to be here. I promise you, this is a lot warmer than I was in Missouri, but it's a lot cooler than it was back in South Georgia, all right? Also, ladies and gentlemen, greetings to those of you who are watching online. We experimented this tonight with a live feed coming through YouTube. And I'm pretty aware that our college president, Dr. Jackie Elliott, our vice president for academic affairs, Dr. Mary Kay Gilliland, and our vice president for student services, who's my boss, Dr. Jenny Heath, are all online right now watching. I have pretty good confirmation they are. So if we could give them a little round of applause to make them feel better, as none of them could be here. But they all sent regrets, and they're trusting me to do this tonight. So I hope I do good for them, all right? Sir Edmund Hillary, who was famous, first person on top of Mount Everest. He was a philanthropist, adventurer, famous mountain climber, explorer, once said these words: all the work, the planning, the effort, and the pain that one puts into a climb, it's made worthwhile, not because you did it or because of the fame or the glory, but the fact that you know you did it because of the work, the effort, and the pain. You reached the top because of your efforts. Tonight we celebrate the students who've done exactly that. They've reached the top. The work, the planning, the effort, and yes, even the pain that they put into this is how they got to the heights of success that we are going to celebrate this evening. Edmund Hillary had a Sherpa who made the climb possible. In fact, he made most of his famous climbs possible. His name was Tenzing Norgay, and he's kind of forgotten by history a little bit, but he shouldn't be. Hillary openly said, I never would have gotten to the top of Everest, K9, or any other of the peaks if it hadn't been for Norgay with me. He celebrated their success of being the first two human beings to reach the summit of Everest by allowing only pictures of Norgay to be taken when they reached the summit. He said, if I got up there with him, I only got up there because of him. Likewise, this evening, the students we celebrate, they all had important people too in their lives. That would be their parents, their family, the support people that made it all possible. And ladies and gentlemen, before we talk about our students, I want to talk just a minute about those fabulous people that are out there that supported them. I think that we need to make sure that we celebrate those support people, families, parents that are here tonight. So a round of applause for those people, please. I've had the pleasure of getting to meet some of those folks since I've been here in the last year, and it is a wonder to see them and understand why our students are so successful. It's because of the support people they have sitting back at home with them. So ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to tonight's program, and enough of me drawing up here. Our first set of high achievers are going to be known as the Department Awards. The faculty members presenting the award, who are on my right, your left, will come forward and introduce themselves. Then they'll ask the student they're honoring to come on up. Students, when you hear your name, now's not the time to be bashful. Come on up on stage, all right? At that point in time, our faculty member, our presenter, will clearly announce why that student's being awarded and present them with their plaque. After the presentation, the next presenter or faculty member will move immediately to the stage, introduce themselves, and we'll work through our department awards. Ladies and gentlemen, our first presenter this evening, and I do get to introduce this lady. Please welcome Professor of Music, Blanche Meester, to present our first award. Ms. Blanche.
Yes, and my name is Blanche Meister, and I am here honored to present an award to Raquel Altamirano. Now, I am wishing that we had a piano here, because if we did, you would be so delighted to hear maybe a piece by Mozart or Haydn. Raquel entered Central Arizona unusually well prepared for studies in music. Her family was very supportive of the arts and made sure that she took piano lessons for 12 years with a wonderful piano teacher, Debbie Engelsman. And she has very fond memories of that, and it's very telling in how she plays. Raquel, throughout college, has been teaching piano students of her own, performing as a church musician at 2 different churches. She's been teaching in 2 private schools, and she's been performing at weddings. She is an active young professional in her field already. She's also become a songwriter, and she accompanies her singing herself on guitar and piano. In fact, I'm told, and perhaps this is for one of our other faculty members to announce, but she has an album coming out tomorrow. It has been my privilege to be one of her teachers during the last 2 years. What makes her piano playing so spectacular, so special, is that she has a wonderful technique. She's so grounded in music theory, and she got some of that grounding right here at CAC. And she is very cognizant of musical styles and presents them very well. But most special of all is her remarkable ability to express the music that she performs. Please join me now in congratulating Raquel Altamirano on winning this award for exceptional piano performance in the Fine and Performing Arts Division at CAC. Here you are.
Good evening. My name is Danielle Tucker, and I'm one of the adjunct faculty here at Central Arizona College. But what makes me unique is I'm also a high school teacher. And what I do full-time is I teach high school students about early childhood education. I would like to invite Molly Tucker to come on stage. She's one of our ECE students. The award Molly is receiving tonight is called the Victoria Young Shiverton Aspiring ECE Professional Award. Molly shines within the preschool lab setting. She goes in and she works with young children. She also works with children with special needs. This goes beyond the classroom. Molly's set up classes for students who have special needs or who are learning how to swim. She also works with them in aftercare programs, making sure they feel included in all aspects of what's going on. So I want to congratulate her on receiving this award.
Hi, my name is Victoria Fisher. I'm a faculty member here at Central Arizona, and I teach early childhood education. And I would like to invite Jessica Ferreras up. I am presenting Jessica with the emerging interest and commitment to early childhood education. She truly embodies the spirit of our department with her pursuit of excellence, her dedication to children. One of the things that we feel is most important in our department is building relationships, and she does that well with everyone around her. Her work ethic is exemplary. She is dedicated to making this field better for the children and supporting all those she works with. She's got such an excitement, enthusiasm for what she does, and we are truly blessed to have her in our program. So thank you, Jessica.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Tonight I am going to be recognizing Savannah Romero. My name is Dr. Maria Rascone, and I am an adjunct faculty with the education department here. And my primary role is to supervise our students who are out in practicum as well as in student teaching. So let me tell you a little bit about Savannah. We are here to celebrate an educator whose commitment to excellence has made a significant impact in both the classroom and the broader educational community. Savannah is a student teacher completing the post-bac program while teaching full-time in the Apache Junction School District as a middle school math teacher. I don't have to tell you how rigorous the demands are of completing a post-bac program in addition to working as a first-year teacher in a middle school arena. She has done a remarkable job. But not only has she embraced the leadership opportunities within the classroom, and despite my advice to her, she has also become the math department lead at the middle school because she just saw that there was such a need to have leadership in math curriculum. She also serves as the advisor for the National Junior Honor Society, and she also coordinates students with the Nutrition Club on our campus. So again, she just steps out of the box and really creates some leadership opportunities for her. But I'm not done yet. I was in her classroom. One of the things I love to do is just be in classrooms and watch teachers teach. There's nothing more effective than seeing a great teacher in front of students. But middle school math is tough. It is a tough situation. She spends time after school in tutoring. And she doesn't tell students that they have to come to tutoring. She allows them to sign up. And her board is filled of names of students who want to come and spend time with her after school in math. So tonight, we honor Savannah for her excellence in the post-bac studies in elementary education. We celebrate her achievements and the lasting influence that she'll continue to have on our students, our colleagues, and in the field of education. Savannah, your dedication, your leadership, and your passion for teaching inspire us all. Congratulations on winning this award.
I would like to call Rihanna Saint up to the stage. Rihanna is being awarded the Academic Excellence in English Composition Award. I've had the pleasure of working with Rihanna Saint in 2 classes this spring semester, English Composition 101 and English Composition 100. Rihanna is a dream student. She sits in the front of the class, participates in discussions, and excels at all the assigned work in both classes. In fact, as of this writing, Rihanna has 105% in both classes. She is that student who gets nervous with every essay and fears she won't do well, but ends up with an A+. In fact, one of Rihanna's papers is now published as a sample in our OER English 101-102 textbook for the outstanding completion of her second essay, which analyzed the emotional appeals used in advertisements. Rihanna not only exceeds requirements and expectations in her coursework, but she has also become a mentor for other students in the class. Rihanna is a post-traditional student, which means she's lived some life before coming to college. She sits next to a traditional student, and the placement could not be better. The young woman sometimes needs assistance on assignments, and Rihanna has always stepped up to help her, offering compassionate support and advice. I have also reviewed her peer evaluations, and her feedback is constructive and often aligns with suggestions I give in my instructor reviews. I was thrilled when I saw my roster for fall 2025 and saw Rihanna's name there in my English 102 class. In true Rihanna go-getter fashion, she was the first person to enroll. I look forward. Is that your sister? Of course it was your sister. I look forward to having many fun discussions and reading more of Rihanna's work. Unrelated to academics, I must compliment Rihanna on her awesome fashion sense. Notice the amazing shoes she's got on today. Sparkly, love them. What size are they? Okay, anyway. She wears the best t-shirts and sweatshirts. Additionally, she has some cool tattoos, and one day she showed up to class with pink hair. I think we may have been sisters in a past life. In short, I am happy to present Rihanna with the Academic Excellence in English Composition Award.
Hello, I'm Shelley Decker. I am professor of English, and I would like to call Brianna Garcia up to the stage. She is receiving the Excellence in English Composition and Literature Award tonight, and I am so excited to be able to present that. She is a student in my English 102 class, and I feel like I am so blessed to have her. I have spent the semester telling all of my peers that I have the best class and one of the best students, and they're so jealous, and I'm like, that's true, yeah. Right? And Brianna was a really big part of that. The first time I met Brianna, she came into class, and it was the first day, and she came up after class, and she said, "Are we doing APA citations?" And I said, "We are." And she said, "I don't know about that." And I said, don't worry about it. She's right to be worried. APA is the worst, right? I was raised MLA, but APA is the worst. But I said, you know what? We're going to get through it together. And what that told me about her from the very beginning was that, number one, she read the syllabus. All of you. She read the syllabus. And immediately I was like, yes. And then number two, that she cared. She cared that she did well in the class. And that really was a through line for her throughout the whole semester. She cared not just that she got the A or the B or whatever. It wasn't the grade that mattered. It was the learning that mattered to her. Am I doing this correctly? Am I doing what I'm supposed to do? Am I putting this together? When she picked out her essay, which is, I'm hoping also to include in our textbook, she picked out her essay topic, and she said, I want to do something that's meaningful to me. And so she talked about licensed and unlicensed professionals in the beauty industry, and she is a small business owner. And so in addition to going to school full time, taking a full load of classes, including chemistry, hello, and math, and English. She is also running her own business and doing a plethora of other things as well. And so I just wanted to give her the congratulations on not only just really sticking it out in situations that so many students struggle in, but doing it beautifully and creating work that I think others will be able to follow. So congratulations, Brianna.
Hello, I am Joe Fakosh, professor of history. I'm going to call up two different ladies. First, Seattle Sago. I had the pleasure of having Seattle in my History 101 and 103 courses last fall. I don't only give out awards to students who take me multiple times, although it does not hurt. But the students who do exceptional work in multiple classes become memorable. I went back through Seattle's work trying to find a point that I had taken off for any assignment, and I couldn't find any. I sometimes think of myself as a tough grader. No shade to my colleagues over there. I often go to bed priding myself on not giving out extra credit. So tell me how Seattle received 103% in both of the courses that she took with me simultaneously. Seattle might not know this, but what stands out to me is that one day I came into our classroom early and I overheard her chatting with two of her classmates, walking them through our assignments, ways that they could approach the topic differently, how to improve their grades. And she didn't tell them that she was crushing both of the classes she was taking. I wanted to read a section of Seattle's rap battle paper where I have students compare two historical figures and then present a visual or a song that produces a winner. Here's what she wrote about Alexander Hamilton versus Jonathan Edwards. By the way, a matchup I'd never had before in any of the courses that I've had over 10 years. Another reason for picking Hamilton to win is that I already knew a lot about his life before I did the assignment because of the musical, so I already felt that I knew him well enough to let him win. I enjoyed seeing how someone that got not so great cards dealt to them from birth can climb their way up the ladder the way that Hamilton was able to. I really look at him as a role model and an example that no matter what happens to you, you can always make it the life you want. And so Seattle, I hope you make it the life you want. Congratulations, Seattle. And next, I'll call up Kenzie Allen. Again, I don't only give out awards to students who take more than one class with me, or who take all of the classes that CAC offers in history, or who gets A's in every one of the history classes offered by CAC, or the students who email me asking me about how they can do what I do and contribute to the historical understanding of our community, our country, our county, or the students who received the All Arizona Scholarship and was the only student in my entire time going to that awards dinner who said they wanted to be a history major and to receive a doctorate in history someday, or who has told me at multiple points that she's coming for my job. or who I could count on when we had the culture fair recently to help me in putting together a backboard about the various communities of Pinal County. No, I think I'm a little more selective than that. The thing about us historians is that we are always focused on the past, and what is past is not always predictive, but one thing I do know is that you're going to be hearing more from Kenzie Allen, professor of history, down the road, and I hope I'm around to see her and maybe have her let me work with her. Thank you. Congrats to Kenzie.
Hi, I'm Lisa Mahone. I am the Medical Assistant Department Director, Practicum Coordinator, Full-Time Faculty, Party of One, and I'd like to invite Charlotte O'Brien. I am honored to recognize Charlotte for her incredible accomplishments. She has earned a perfect 4.0 GPA in our Medical Assistant Certificate Program, a testament to her hard work, determination, and excellence. But Charlotte's impact goes far beyond her grades. In the classroom, she leads by example, showing professionalism, kindness, and inspiring drive to learn. Her academic curiosity pushes her to dig deeper, ask the right questions, and encourage everyone around her to strive for more. Charlotte, your passion, your leadership, and commitment to growth make you a standout, and I'm so very proud of you. Congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Nancy Wattis. I am the Clinical Laboratory Phlebotomy Program Director, and I would like to recognize Riley Merritt. First of all, I want to say personally, Riley, I think you are an awesome student. She has been, she's completed phlebotomy, intro to phlebotomy practicum in the summer. She's been with me for 3 semesters. She will be actually graduating in May. She's had a long journey, but she's had a successful journey. She is very helpful in the classroom, just like I've been hearing through all of my other cohorts and how they've shared with their students. Riley has went above and beyond helping her classmates. She's been in the high percentile of her grade, and her commitment to academic is commendable. I've always had no doubt that she would succeed, and I know that Riley is planning on going into more college. She expresses verbally and hands-on. She helps her classmates when they struggle. My program is a hands-on with drawing blood or doing point-of-care testing. Riley just completed her practicums at Banner Casa Grande, and I will tell you that the med techs and the CLAs just loved her. So Riley, I thank you for being such an outstanding student, and congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Sherry Steinkamp, and I'm the director of the Nutrition and Dietetic Technician program here at Central Arizona College. And I'd like to invite Fabiola Delcor to the stage. So it's my pleasure to recognize Fabiola as this year's Central Arizona College Outstanding Dietetic Technician student. Fabiola has shown incredible dedication and attention to detail throughout her time in the program. She stands out for her academic excellence, leadership, and her strong commitment to promoting health and nutrition in the community. Through her work as a child nutrition site manager at Maricopa Unified School District 20, Fabiola has helped improve cafeteria operations. She's boosted student meal participation and introduced new culturally diverse options. Her leadership has even earned her site consistent excellent health ratings. In her coursework at CAC, Fabiola has gone above and beyond. Her projects, like a middle school nutrition campaign and a culturally inclusive halal food guide, show her passion for making nutrition education accessible and engaging for all. Her work has been so outstanding that her presentations and assignments will be used as examples for our program's next accreditation site visit. Her commitment extends beyond the classroom and the workplace. She volunteers weekly at the Maricopa Pantry, helping serve over 1,600 families, and stays active in professional organizations like the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics and the School Nutrition Association of Arizona. Balancing her career, studies, and family life, Fabiola embodies the heart and spirit of an outstanding dietetic technician. We are proud to honor her today and excited to see her impact that she will continue to make in the field of nutrition and dietetics. Congratulations.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sue Taddison. I'm Professor of Digital Media and Visual and Performing Arts Chair, and I have a lot of awards to give out, and I don't want you to think that our department is indecisive. I just have a particularly amazing group of students this year. So I would like to call to the stage our very own Kimberly Day. Bjorn Brastad, Kendall Zires, and Antonio Cortez. Typically, I have a screen and I spend a lot of time showing all my students' work. But with the new format, I've been curtailed a little bit. But I've set up an art gallery so that you are able to see my wonderful students' work. So each of them have a side of the display over there. They're all incredibly hardworking. We'll start with Bjorn because he is receiving the Outstanding Student in Digital Media Arts, Photography and Video. And the other three students, Antonio, Kendall, and Kimberly, are receiving the graphic design program degree. So the outstanding students for the graphic design. So Bjorn, he caught my eye in the first digital photography class. He wanted to experiment, he wanted to try different things, and photography is my passion, so if I have a student who wants to try different things, I get very excited. We even met up at SMC during the semester, and I taught him how to develop film, which made my day. So that was really cool. So it's nice to have a student in class who gets excited about all the same things that I do. So he has one of the most cooperative families I think I have ever witnessed as far as photography goes. They're all over there, and the things that he asks them to do are quite astounding. So I think that you're so amiable, all of you. You're just wonderful. He has also been working, in video And, mostly my photography students are strong in either video or photography, but Bjorn is strong in both. And he's actually producing a music video for one of the EIT students. And I got a sneak peek of that from Bjorn at the art show. And it was just wonderful. So I can't wait to see where he goes with video as well. So congratulations, Bjorn. This is going to be so awkward. Congratulations. This is very, very well deserved. So please stay. Okay. And now we will go to Kimberly. Kimberly Day is our facilities assistant and an incredibly talented graphic designer who I hope is off to ASU very soon, yes. She first started at CAC in 2008 and it didn't pan out quite the way she expected, and like a lot of us, she came back and continued. And I must thank Domingo when I see him, because it was Domingo that encouraged her to finish her degree. And so she has been part of the graphic design program. And all three of these students, when you look at their work over there today, and this is something that applies to all of them, their attention to detail and their ability to see how to improve their work is really it's just astounding. And that is why I had to have the three of them, because you just can't separate these three. They're just... It's just fabulous work. So please, if you can, while you're here, take a look at the work that we have over there. But Kimberly has just... all of her assignments from her early classes, the portfolio class, I asked students to go back and improve them. And some of Kimberly's work was just so brilliant that I couldn't imagine me as a designer or a photographer how I could improve it. And she went away and she came back and she improved it. So it's just, you have continually blown me away all semester, Kimberly. So congratulations. Very well deserved. Okay. And now to Kendall, who I think has been here probably longer than... Kendall started at CAC when she was 12. And she was in the welding program, and she was a brilliant welder. But thankfully, she discovered digital media arts, and she worked for me as an assistant, and I'm sure many of you know her as our video production assistant. She assists Julie with all the videos that we see. And her graphic design skills, again, like Kimberly's, are just outstanding. I see their work that they submit, that they're going to use in their portfolio, and they're going to redo these, and I think, okay, how are you going to redo this? And they do, and it's been so wonderful to watch. Kendall is also off to ASU. I believe you start in the fall. Yes, so I'm always very excited when I can get them to continue. So congratulations, Kendall. Oh, and one thing I forgot, Kendall has also applied, 3 or 4 different summer internships in New York City, so I'm really, really hoping that she gets one of those. And last but certainly not least is Antonio. And I also teach Alexis is Kendall's sister, which brings me to Antonio. His brother is also a student. So it seems to be creativity runs in these families, because Caesar is also very talented. But Antonio is, his work, again, is just his attention to detail, his ability to look at his work and evaluate a better direction for it. His use of colour is particularly strong, and his use of typography, the three of you are just amazing, and I can't wait to see where you go. And Kendall, if you want to do what Alexis didn't come back and teach for me, that's really fine too. So I just want everyone to give these students a big round of applause, and to please, if you can take the time to have a look at their work. So, there you go. Have I left anything behind? No. Okay, you're all good. That was a lot. It was a lot.
Hi, good night. So my name is Sunjung Park, but people know me as a Sunny, not a gloomy. Yeah, I'm a professor of the biological department. Yeah, so tonight it is an honor and pleasure to reward the outstanding biological science student to Mr. Talon Matlock. first man among the women. Yeah, okay. So Mr. Mellak is taking my general biology, Bio 181 class to pursue his dream for being RN, registered nurse. So he want to be a nurse. So he is at the top of my class, yeah. And he is not only brilliant, but also very hard worker and has a positive characters. So I frequently ask lots of questions to ensure students understand materials, which fosters a more engagement and interactive learning environment in my class. But since the pandemic, the students are little more passive in the class and little reluctant to be challenged. But however, the Mr. Mellaks willing to actively participate, actively participate and engage his classmate to do something, right? To do the work together and helping to create a dynamic learning environment in my class. I know he is shy, but he really tried to answer all my questions. So I really appreciate during the class because he always answered. Everybody is kind of quiet, but so I really appreciate him. And his ability to maintain a constructive atmosphere in the class is one of the key, the reason I gave him this award. And I recommended, and also I believe that Mr. Mellak will be an excellent role model in the society, and he's going to be a strong representative of the CAC after he graduates, I believe. So congratulations, Mellak. Yeah. You want anything to say? Okay.
Good evening. My name is Igor. I teach chemistry, and I'm presenting the outstanding student in physical science and engineering to Juliana Battler. There you go. So Juliana is my top performer in general chemistry course. I've known her for a year. In every regard, Juliana is absolutely perfect. Juliana shows genuinely high interest in all science and engineering topics. Juliana always has an easy time keeping up, even in the hardest topics. Juliana adheres to the highest levels of professional behavior with everyone. Juliana also shows incredible amount of support to her lab group members, plus very strong leadership skills. So I'll give you an example. Occasionally, Juliana volunteers to guide her peers to the lab. And one time, she combined a pre-lab lecture and with giving directions and making a hypothesis, and then she had her peers carry out a series of steps, and then she would kind of help them figure out whether they confirmed the hypothesis or disproved the hypothesis, what they got correct or incorrect, and then make the next hypothesis, and just carry on like that throughout the lab. So that's very nice. And she did it all on her own. And most importantly, she did it with incredible ease. And she enjoyed it as well. She did it better than most TAs in graduate school. So also, Juliana ranks incredibly high in teamwork, responsibility, accountability to everyone. And also, Juliana doubles her support to her mates when they're struggling. So she shows an incredible amount of empathy. So altogether, Juliana has demonstrated the highest levels of mastery of the material at the presented level. So that's very nice. Complete independence. Highest forms of professional demeanor. Once again, incredibly high empathy that I just don't see anywhere. So that's truly fantastic and very, very rare. She has demonstrated advanced leadership and instructional skills, highest forms of integrity, accountability, and responsibility. In addition, Juliana supports diversity in all her actions and shows absolutely zero bias in all her interactions.
Before we begin our next award, it's important to know that this program is a program that we have advanced significantly. And I had a faculty member write to me with maybe the best suggestion I've had in 37 years of doing honors programs across 5 different states, and thought, why didn't I think of that 37 years later? So at this point in time, it's my pleasure to introduce to you our rodeo coach, Skyla Teal, who will bring up and talk a little bit about this fabulous new award and the student that won it tonight.
Good evening, everybody. Like he said, my name is Skyla Teal, and I have the privilege of serving as both a faculty member here at CAC and as a head coach for our rodeo staff. Today, I'm honored to stand before you on behalf of all of our coaching staff, including Joe Moody, head coach, and Casey Mahoney, our assistant coach, as well as Shelby Davis, our athletic director, to recognize a truly outstanding student athlete, Cole Blades. You can keep your hat on. Cole, debatably tonight has been discussed, has the coolest name here. So if anybody thinks you've got a cooler name than Cole Blades, let us know. But we're pretty confident in that award too. So Dean Dave, if we could look into that one for next year, that'd be great. Cole is an international student from Canada, and he exemplifies what it means to pursue excellence in every aspect of student life. And while a good number of our 53-member team boasts GPAs above 3.0, as a business major, Cole has earned a flawless 4.0 GPA as a sophomore, a testament to his work ethic, focus, and his determination. But his achievements don't stop there. As we head into our final rodeo of the season this weekend in Prescott, yeah, that's kind of scary. We leave tomorrow. Cole enters ranked number 1 in our region and 12th in the nation in tie-down roping. His commitment to both his academic and athletic goals is nothing short of inspiring, and although our Canadian athletes use some different vocabulary words from us, like lip chap instead of chapstick, or toques instead of a beanie, or elastics instead of rubber bands, we've had to learn these things. We have 17 Canadians on our team. There is one word that we can all agree on, and that word is champion. Here are some of what your professors and coaches have to say about you, Cole. What does science fiction and rodeo have in common? Just ask Cole. He understands how science fiction makes us consider the consequences of unbridled government control and censorship. His ability to analyze and clearly and concisely express and even the most complex thoughts is remarkable. And it was a pleasure having him in my literature class. That was from Dr. Keeling. Cole has been a joy to have in accounting. I've had him in 3 classes, and he's typically the top student in the class. He always has the top of his work and is very prompt. He is very friendly and honest. I'd like to have more students like Cole. Congratulations, Cole. You are very deserving. Disturbing? They don't know you like we all know you. He's actually not the disturbing one. We could give that award too. We're coming out with so many awards this evening. That was from Professor Day, though, who really does enjoy you. Cole is one of the hardest working students on our rodeo team. He's incredibly self-motivated. That shows up in not only his academic achievements, but his accomplishments in the arena as well. I have no doubt that Cole will be successful in whatever he decides to do. And that's from Coach Moody. Cole is the rare kind of college athlete who dominates in the arena and in the classroom, where talent meets discipline and excellence has no boundaries. That's from Coach Mahoney. Cole, your success in the classroom and in the arena reflects the kind of drive and leadership that we hope every student athlete will strive for, and made nominating you for this award tonight an easy decision. We are so proud of you, and we cannot wait to see what you accomplish next, this weekend, and beyond. Congratulations, Cole.
At this point in time, I would like to invite Director of Student Life, not yet, almost. She's still working on it. Director of Student Life, Dr. Laura Shepard, to join me for the next set of recognitions.
Right. At this time, I would like to call the following students to please join us on stage. Brianda Gabriela Colin Alvarez. George J. Lopez. Kenzie Allen. Kiana Early Palafox. Kimberly Day. Nora Lynn Rose. And Raynette Hernandez.
CAC, Central Arizona College, has established a tradition every year during their spring commencement programs. We host a student speaker at each ceremony. This year, CAC will have 2 graduation ceremonies on May 16th, and y'all are welcome to join us. The first one will be at 8 a.m., right out front here, and the second will be at 10:30 a.m. So 2 students were selected to speak this year.
So Dean Dave and I spent several hours poring over all of these wonderful applicants for our graduation speaker. And it became very clear right away that the pool of students and all of their wonderful stories was just so wonderful. And it was a tremendously difficult task. These students have overcome so many different obstacles and have reached a wonderful high level of success within their programs. And it is a privilege to recognize these students tonight.
While none of the students that are standing behind me right now will be our speaker, we did feel it was extremely important that we recognize these students. It was a privilege to know them. They, one way or another, when we heard their stories, read their applications, and then finally listened to their speech auditions, realized that we were looking at a group of students that absolutely know what it means to be a Vaquero scholar and leader.
So, joining us on stage today are students who are loving parents, outstanding employees, community entrepreneurs, nationally awarded scholars, creative problem solvers, best friends, dedicated teachers and mentors, and most of all, they embody, as Dean Dave said, what it means to be a Vaquero scholar and leader. So first, I want to say thank you to all of you for putting your stories out there and sharing them with us this year, and thank you for being one of our finalists for graduation speakers this year.
Kenzie, I've never seen you before. Kenzie, hi. Okay. Nora, there you go. So that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, again, our finalists and truly students who are Vaquero scholars and leaders. And now we get to recognize some of my favorite awards of the evening. I love the academics, but I was never that good a student, so I never won any of these kind of awards. We're going to recognize another unique group of students who achieved in a different way. They made contributions outside of the classroom as organizers, planners, leaders, and most of all, I think it's pretty clear to say they were doers for all of us when it came to this campus. Ladies and gentlemen, our first presenter this evening on our special awards is Dr. Sandy Rath.
Good Good evening, everyone. Dr. Sandy Rath. I am the lead faculty advisor for the Phi Theta Kappa Honors Organization, and we have a couple of awards that we want to give out tonight. So I have my fellow advisors with me here today. I first just want to share what Phi Theta Kappa is, because it might sound like a bunch of Greek letters to you. And so it's an honors organization for students who are enrolled in community colleges. So it's an international organization. And students have to have taken a minimum of 12 credits and have earned a cumulative GPA of 3.5 or higher in these courses. And so these students that we will be recognizing tonight have met those criteria and have become members of Phi Theta Kappa. And the first award that we would like to give out today is going to be handed out by Dr. Heather Moulton.
Thank you. And this is for Crystal Varney, and she is receiving the Phi Theta Kappa Rising Star Award. This award recognizes a new member or officer who has quickly become an active and enthusiastic participant in chapter activities. This student has demonstrated early leadership potential by attending events, contributing to chapter initiatives, and showing strong commitment to the values of Phi Theta Kappa. Their energy, curiosity, and willingness to get involved make them a standout among new members and a promising leader within the chapter. I'm happy to present this award to Crystal. Crystal officially joined Phi Theta Kappa in February 2024, and she began attending our online district meetings. I was familiar with Crystal in person too, because she works in the TRIO office, which is across the hall from our PTK relaxation station/meeting room. Crystal would often stop by the room if we were there, and she was always smiling and friendly, like she is now. I witnessed Crystal's enthusiastic participation in Phi Theta Kappa when she ran for and was elected as our vice president of the college project for this year. Yes. She took the initiative to contact and work with our Student Accessibility Services Coordinator, Laura Kaur, and the focus of our college project will be assisting Ms. Kaur and supporting our SAS students, including helping during graduation and ongoing mentoring. Crystal has further demonstrated her promising leadership acumen by being appointed the 2025 Chief Project Officer for the Phi Theta Kappa Arizona region. Additionally, Crystal attended our international convention, Catalyst, in Kansas City, Missouri in April. Here, she supported our international candidate by helping promote Anna Maria Dennis as she ran for the International Office for Vice President of Division 4. One of my favorite moments featured Crystal and other new officers forming a conga line and doing a call and response for Anna Maria. Their voices echoed through the main hall, and all the championing clearly contributed to Anna Maria's successful election. Congratulations, Crystal, on being a PTK Rising Star, and thank you for being such an important part of Phi Theta Kappa.
Next, I will be presenting to my old friend Kenzie Allen again. Kenzie this time is winning Phi Theta Kappa's Outstanding Chapter Officer Award. This award honors a chapter officer who has made a meaningful impact on the local chapter initiatives through their leadership, dedication, and active involvement. To be eligible, the officer must have served for at least one semester and demonstrated a strong commitment to advancing the chapter's goals on campus by organizing events, leading service projects, or supporting recruitment and member engagement. You think you did that? We specifically wanted to acknowledge the work of Kenzie, who we saw blossom as a leader in our Phi Theta Kappa chapter, being a constant support for her officer team, and helping push the chapter towards its current success. While Dr. Rath will speak next to our International Vice President's success in her campaign at Catalyst, what will stay with me is her friend Kenzie, volunteering to show up and stand around as a cactus. You want to demonstrate? I have several photos of Anna Maria meeting with Phi Theta Kappa members from all across the country, and over her shoulder is our friend Kenzie, standing as a cactus. Do it again. Beyond that, Kenzie took over the college project for her chapter, and the theme revolved around storytelling. Kenzie helped us figure out how we could capture the stories of people from throughout Pinal County, and served as our point person for Central Arizona College's first ever culture fair held 2 weeks ago. It was an enormous success, and much of the credit on our end goes to Kenzie for taking this idea and seeing it through. We will miss Kenzie's service to her chapter. A student like her comes around only every so often, but her impact will be felt for quite some time. All of our success at Catalyst, at the officer, advisor team, and chapter member level has Kenzie's fingerprints or cactus prints all over them, and we cannot wait to see what you do next. Kenzie Allen.
All right, and next I will be presenting the Phi Theta Kappa Chapter Officer Excellence Award. So Anna Maria, Dennis, will you please come up here? This particular award recognizes a student who has demonstrated outstanding leadership, dedication, and service in their role as a chapter officer. This particular individual has gone above and beyond their responsibilities, contributing significantly to the success of the chapter through their initiative, teamwork, and commitment to the values of Phi Theta Kappa, and has served in either a regional or international level. This is truly a special moment because this marks the very first time that we as a chapter, the Alpha Theta Delta chapter, has given out this particular award. Anna Maria has exemplified the spirit of this recognition through her unwavering commitment to PTK. As vice president of the college project, she helped launch a mentoring program that connects Phi Theta Kappa students with incoming freshmen, creating a bridge of support for success for all of our new students. And her leadership extended far beyond our campus. It also went into the regional level at Arizona, where she served as the vice president of the Southern District. I always get that wrong. So in this role, she played a key part in uniting the Southern District chapters and supporting statewide fundraising that allowed for 3 of our members to get to the Catalyst Convention without us having to pay a dime. So that was like lovely. So thank you, appreciate that. And her leadership extended even beyond that as she recently became the international vice president of Division 4 at the highest level. You may have seen her in the news. She's kind of a big deal, all right? She's famous. You are with a famous person. So over the next year, she is going to serve as an ambassador for Phi Theta Kappa, traveling across the United States, speaking at regional events across the states, encouraging other students to get involved in Phi Theta Kappa. She represents not just our chapter, but she represents Central Arizona College, and we are so incredibly proud of her, her ambition, her genuine heart, her commitment to lifting other people up, and all of the opportunities Phi Theta Kappa provides. And we are just so grateful to have her around for another year. So, yay, let's congratulate Anna Maria.
Hello, everybody. My name is Osman Varela. I am one of the assistant directors here at the college, but more importantly, I am one of the many friendly faces you will see here at Central Arizona College. So, yeah. Now, the person I'm going to announce doesn't know I've nominated them. It's been hard not to mention anything as I work with them on an almost daily basis. And we've had more than one conversations about this event and going, are you going? Because I'm going. Do you know what you're here for? Because I don't know. So you let me know if you're going, because I want to go too. So Kathy, can you please join me on stage for this award? I am blessed to lead an incredible team of student workers, and Kathy is no exception. In her time at working at the help desk, she's become a cornerstone of what we stand for, and in part, the reason why our standards have risen so high. She understands the impact that one can have in being of service to others. She goes above and beyond helping our students. She is a pillar of knowledge at the help desk, and when our team looks to solve a complex problem, we look at each other, and then we look to her. She's finishing up her last semester at Central Arizona College, and although I am sad to see her go, I am incredibly excited for what her future holds. Thank you for all you've done for our team. I'm very proud to be able to present you this award. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for your attention and awarding our students with your hand claps. I'd like to take the time to introduce Ms. Crystal Varney to you again. And Crystal is an absolutely outstanding individual. Come on up, Crystal. My name is Gail Nettles. I'm the director of the TRIO Student Support Services Program at Central Arizona College. Our goal is to help first-generation college students succeed. So we're an academic support program. We are a home away from home. We are your next of kin. We are family. So I just want you to know that Crystal came to CAC with a lucrative salary. She was employed. She moved from Connecticut to Arizona. She has had extensive experience as a travel nurse. Crystal has worked in hospice. She's worked with patients, giving care and love and support to families at their most desperate times of need. Crystal was born to be a nurse. She absolutely is the kind of individual that doesn't miss an opportunity to help others. Crystal has been amazing. I can't say enough about her because I don't know anyone as an adult who is prepared to walk away from a travel nurse salary and come back to school because she wants to get her LPN to RN degree. Education is important and it changes lives, and she decided to make the sacrifice to return to college as a non-traditional adult woman. Thank you, Crystal, for making that decision for yourself. And I say that not lightly because all of us know how once you start making money, it's hard to give it up. I'm a witness to that. And the TRIO program, as we work with students that are first-generation college students, they're the first in their family to go to college. So she had gone to college, but decided, you know what? Because I love what I do, I want to go back and get my registered nurse degree. And I'm so glad she did, because what she has been to the TRIO program and to the TRIO students is an example of excellence, not only in the classroom, which is very important. She believes in achievement, but outside of the classroom, she is someone who attracts and is a magnet to other individuals to allow them to see what excellence looks like and that you also can do it. She is full of humility. She is caring, she's loving, she's kind, and she's gentle. But she will give time and energy from her studies, from work. She works in our office as well, and make sure that students know what it will take to be successful. And I hear her talking and giving wise counsel to them about the sacrifices that are necessary and needed to be successful. So because she came into CAC, She wandered into the TRIO office and applied and was found eligible, and she has been nothing less than a mentor, a model of excellence, and a student that's set apart and consecrated to do a mighty work. She is a mover and a shaker, and without doubt, she will be someone who impacts the world for the better. Thank you, Crystal Varney, and we applaud you as being the TRIO Student Support Services Distinguished Scholar that you are. Thank you. Have a good evening.
All right, good evening again. My name is Laura Shepard. I'm the Director of Student Life. At this time, it is my absolute pleasure to present the award for Outstanding Student Engagement Assistant to Serenity Pickens. Please join me on stage. Come on up, Miss Serenity. So I am so grateful to Serenity. This year, our department went through some significant transitions and changes, and her work in supporting me as a new director over a new department with so much going on behind the scenes. Your support to me this year has been just amazing, and I'm so grateful for you this year. Serenity, I'm sorry, I'm losing my words a little bit. So much goes on behind the scenes of events like this. And Serenity was an integral part of that this year. With so many events this year, she was one of those people in the background that we don't get to see that do a lot of the work and help things run as smoothly as they do. And so I'm so grateful. In addition to excelling in her role as student engagement assistant, Serenity is also a resident assistant this year. So she is balancing two positions in addition to her awesome academics. It's just showcases her own determination and grace when it comes to her responsibilities. And so I'm just so proud to recognize Serenity for her incredible work ethic, creativity, and the lasting impact that she makes for our campus. Thank you, Serenity.
Okay, we are almost done. Good evening. My name is Adriana Porchas. I am the Housing Operations Specialist for the Residence Life Department. And tonight I would like to ask Mr. Felix Bonat to come up to the stage, please. We're very secretive in student services, apparently, because he also didn't know why he was here. So apparently it's our thing. As you guys have seen, a lot of our resident assistants are magnificent students, and they've been recognized for different things here tonight as well. So it was very hard for us to pick just one RA to recognize. They all do so much work, not just in the classroom. They are up in the middle of the night walking around, making sure that the students that live on campus are safe and that there's nothing going on, and they respond to any issues or situations that might be happening, from, making sure there's no loud noises to somebody needs toilet paper to et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But they've truly been amazing this year, and for the most part of the year, whether at the beginning or now at the end, it's been short-staffed, and so the RAs have just been magnificent in stepping up and going above and beyond. And so Felix, without question, was our star RA from the beginning. It was a no-brainer after we went over all of, reviewing all of them. We were like, it has to be Felix. Like, he's just, and they know at the front desk as well, he comes in with that big smile and, just greets everybody the same, treats everybody with the same respect, and is just such a pleasure to work with. And I always knew that even if I had a to-do list for, as long as this binder is here, if Felix showed up, it was going to be a great day. He was going to, make us smile, make us laugh, and, just move forward with the day. So I personally am very grateful to have been part of this chapter in your life, because I know you're going to do great things in life, and I'm so, so proud of you. And on behalf of the Residence Life staff, I just wanted to present you with the Outstanding Resident Assistant Award.
All right, hi there. My name is Janet Stevenhagen, and I'm the Learning Support Coordinator over at SMC, and I would like to invite Marjorie Stevenson up to the stage, please. Okay. All right, we are happy to recognize Marjorie as the Outstanding Tutor of the Year. She tutors in English and writing. She's a pleasure to work with. She's punctual, reliable, and always willing to lend a hand and help out with any additional projects asked. Marjorie uses her time wisely, provides timely and thoughtful feedback to our CAC students, and regularly offers helpful suggestions to improve our tutor center. Her professionalism, polite demeanor, and strong work ethic make her a joy to work with. Our student surveys consistently reflect her impact with glowing reviews. So thank you, Marjorie, for being such a great asset to our team. I appreciate you. And we also made you a little extra one.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Sandra Nathan, and right next to me is Cassie Holcomb. Together, we serve as your student engagement coordinators, and tonight, we're excited to recognize some truly phenomenal students. This award celebrates our outstanding student leadership, and Cassie and I were each given the opportunity to select students from our campuses who have gone above and beyond. Can we please have these 3 students come to the stage? Jessica Tyler, Nathaniel McNeil, and Janie Schulitter. I'd like to begin by introducing Jessica. She's currently in her 2nd semester at CAC, and from the very beginning, she jumped right in with both feet. I still remember the first time I met her. I was setting up for orientation, probably looking a little overwhelmed, and without hesitation, Jessica walked right up to me and asked if I needed help. I told her to relax and enjoy the event since it was her first day, but she simply wouldn't take no for an answer. That moment told me everything I needed to know about her. Jessica is the kind of person who always steps up, no matter what. She's reliable, generous with her time, and consistently goes above and beyond. I'm so grateful to have her on our team. Thank you. Now, let's talk about Nate. Oh, Nate. He's been around since I first started, and I truly believe we watched each other grow over the years. I still remember my first CAB meeting. There was Nate, quiet, observant, probably wondering what on earth I was doing. But fast forward to today, Nate has transformed into a bold, confident leader who doesn't just participate, he runs the show. This year, he has blossomed into someone who not only leads, but inspires. Honestly, I found myself taking notes from him. Nate has pushed me to grow, to take more risks, and to lead with confidence. Watching his journey has been one of the most rewarding parts of my role. And now, I'll pass the mic to Cassie, who will introduce the incredible student she chose to recognize.
Do I
even need the mic. For those who know me, my name is Cassie Holcomb, and I'm the Student Engagement Coordinator for SPC Maricopa. And I'm here to present Janie Schluter. She's our Student Leadership Excellent Award, specifically for CAB, which is our Campus Activity Board. They help us plan our events, and they're kind of the students that lead our student engagement behind the scenes. I first met Janie when I was an enrollment advisor over at Maricopa, and I helped her pick out her first set of classes and kind of figure out what degree program she wanted to do. And she had just started her CAC journey, and now I get to see her at the end of it. She's a student worker for us, as well as working for CAB, a student leader in CAB. And, you know, just as I was a CAC student, I took a full advantage of the opportunities that were given to me, and Janie has done the same. You know, as a student sitting here in front of me, you have opportunities that are presented to you. Take them, grab them, and enjoy them while you can. She currently has a 3.0 GPA, and she's graduating this spring with her Associate of Arts, and she's transferring to Weber State in Utah. And I recently learned that she's also an Aries like me, but you would never think that, because Janie is so sweet. And unlike a traditional Aries, I was shocked when I learned that. But Janie, we're happy to have you. Thank you for your time with CAB, and congratulations, and enjoy university. You're welcome.
As we move into our final awards of the evening, I would be remiss if I did not mention a group that absolutely deserves some recognition this evening. And that's the folks that are literally the heart of our college. The individuals that work tirelessly to teach, train, and mentor the scholars and leaders we met this evening and that we've recognized. That is the amazing faculty. 37 years later, 5 colleges, 10 college presidents, and I think I found the best faculty across all those states. Faculty members, please stand and be recognized. And for our final awards of the evening, I'd like to bring Laura Shepard back up front. Laura worked tirelessly through scores upon scores of nominations to find our 2 final winners, our final 2 honorees for this evening. Laura.
All right. Thank you, Dean Dave. And Dean Dave is not exaggerating. This year, we received over 120 nominations for Faculty of the Year. Students from all walks of life and experiences have taken notice of the incredible work of our faculty. The Faculty of the Year Award honors instructors who go above and beyond. They empower students, inspire curiosity, and create inclusive, engaging learning environments. These educators don't just teach subjects, they transform lives. Whether in person or online through lectures or one-on-one support, they are often the spark that helps students discover their potential, and we've heard a lot of that tonight. These awards are our way of saying thank you to the faculty who consistently show up with passion, commitment, and care, and who model excellence every day while making a lasting impact on our campus community. So this year we have 2 awardees, and the first awardee that I would like to invite to the stage is Professor Samuli Rauhalami. Professor Sam. These ones are a little bit more substantial. Stay here with me, please. I was like, stay for a minute. All right. So I wanted to just take a moment just to read some of the wonderful comments that we received in the faculty nominations. So about Professor Sam, he has been by far one of the best teachers I have ever had. That's pretty huge. The energy in the classroom is very supportive and encouraging. And Professor Sam has been the most interactive biology professor and makes class exciting. Professor Sam, congratulations, and thank you for being our Faculty of the Year for part-time faculty. Let's give him a hand. All right, our next awardee is our full-time Faculty of the Year, which is Professor Daniel Bush. Please join me. Please stay with me. Stay a minute, please. So again, I want to read some of the wonderful comments, and there were so many. So one student said, regardless of his busy schedule, Dan will always find time to get with his students in whatever they may need. Another student said, I actually look forward to going to class because of the way Dan teaches. He is always respectful to everyone and pushes all of his students to be the best that they can be. And one final student said, I initially started the program as more of a hobby, but through Dan's classes, I have come to really love recording engineering and audio, and I'm so glad that I did. So congratulations to both of our awardees tonight. Thank you for our Faculty of the Years.
Ladies and gentlemen, what an amazing evening of seeing our best and our brightest. And every time I go to one of these programs, I always think the future looks pretty bright because of all these folks that were on the stage. A lot of work went into putting this program together, and a lot of folks made a lot of big efforts to make things happen. Special kudos out to our plant operations staff for turning the room over, because you wouldn't believe what this looked like when we walked in here at 3:30. A couple of folks in the back of the room who made everything happen, Danny Livingstone and Julie Chocolas in the back. Please recognize them. We experimented with streaming and production this year. Looks like it works to me. Our world-class efforts from our facilities department to Alessandra and Cassie, my rising stars in student engagement. Thank you. Laura Shepard, you're simply the best I've had in 37 years. I know when I retire in a couple of years, I can pass the stick in the right way to her. And of course, to the support of the administration. I know you're out there watching me. Dr. Elliott, thank you for your support. Dr. Heath, thank you for your support. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a world-class buffet. Chef Chris and Chef Tiffany were just in here. They have an amazing, there's stuff I've never seen before that's about to come out that's amazing. By all means, take a look at the artwork in the back. We set up the backdrop for pictures. Julie tells me we'll have the YouTube will be up to watch it. You can watch this whole thing all over again and take a look at the highlights. Thank you for being here this evening. You're an amazing group. And again, an amazing night. Thank you so much for celebrating our best and brightest.